Well, hello, everybody. My name is Alison Woodall, and I'm a relocation coach. That means I get to help you with the financial, logistical, and emotional issues that make moving to a new state so stressful. And today I am talking to Andy Mitri, and he is a realtor in Louisville, Kentucky. Andy, welcome.
Thank you for having me. Good afternoon.
Well, it's so good to talk to you because we don't often get people on the YouTube channel or in the groups who are talking about Kentucky, because there are so many Californians who, when they think about moving somewhere in the South, they think about Tennessee. And I know how beautiful Kentucky is, but for those people who may be not thinking about Kentucky or they're thinking about Tennessee, why would someone choose Kentucky? What is it that's so great about your state?
Kentucky is wonderful because of the first thing is actually having 4 full seasons. The nature and the change in the environment is something that I look forward to every year. I love our summers, I love our winters, and they shift. And they shift. You actually enjoy the 4 seasons. Kentucky's key and strategic because of our location, especially where I'm at here in Louisville. We can get to Nashville in 2.5 hours, Cincinnati in 1.5 hours, Indianapolis in 2 hours. But inside the state itself, the unemployment is extremely low, property is affordable, and it's beautiful. Beautiful spring and summer, plush, green, and wonderful folks here who all enjoy each other.
Well, wonderful. So to kind of paint a picture of what your area is like, is it flat? Is it rolling hills? Is it trees? What does the area around Louisville kind of look like?
It's not flat. It's a lot of hills, a lot of trees. It's very plush. We're in a valley. We're right on the Ohio, so you have all types of terrain and different areas to enjoy and look at.
So let's talk about your market. What would be kind of the average price point in your market?
Average price point is about $315,000, and that varies in different areas of the market, because not only do we have the metro area, which is Louisville, Kentucky, Jefferson County. When we go out to the outside counties, which are Oldham, Shelby, and Bullitt, you get more land, but then your price per home changes depending on how much acreage you're interested in having with your estate and property.
Okay, and so for that average house, are we talking like a 2,500 square foot, 3-bedroom, 2-bath kind of average house for that? That's
right. And a lot of our homes are on basements as well out here, right? We do have tornadoes. Right, so I'm going to talk about tornadoes. We have, like I said, four climates. So a lot of our homes have basements in case a tornado comes through.
Well, so while we're talking about tornadoes, I've lived in Tornado Alley. I actually lived in Oklahoma and Texas, where tornadoes are common, whereas in Kentucky they're unusual. They do happen, but you don't think about Kentucky as one of those tornado-prone states.
Correct, not as common. Yeah. And when they do happen, which is not so often, everyone's well prepared.
Yeah. Do you have very, like high-end properties? Do you have downtown properties? What's kind of the range of properties that you have available?
Everything and anything you need. If you want to be in the inner city, enjoy the benefits of being in the city, we have downtown properties, downtown condos. We have single-family homes and old neighborhoods in the city. And then if you want a high-end home in the city, they are available, but also in outer counties as well. You can find a really nice home, $500,000 and up with a couple of acres, right? If you want to get elaborate and get into the millions, they're available as well. So it's a very diverse community, very diverse market. We have everything available to suit everybody's needs.
Okay, well, wonderful. And what are your property taxes like?
1%. Generally speaking, across the board, it's 1%. Different areas and different parts and different neighborhoods in Louisville and outside of Louisville have a special tax if there is additional police force, if there's additional city services that are attached to that address. And usually those are not much in terms of an increase for the tax, but 1% is what you're looking at. So if we're looking at a $500,000 home, you expect the $5,000 tax bill to be due to you every fall.
Okay, well, perfect. And so, what's Louisville? So, like you were talking about, there were downtown, properties available. Do you have like a vibrant downtown kind of area, because, or does a lot of your stuff kind of happen more towards the suburbs?
Everywhere. So it's a really family oriented city. There's so many activities between our zoo, our walking bridge, which is downtown, which connects Kentucky to Indiana. So really enjoyable. It's called a really enjoyable bridge to enjoy. We have the Floyd's Fork hiking. It's about a 7 mile stretch on the east side of the county, which goes for, you can hike, you can kayak, you can enjoy the park, you can, there outdoor activities galore for that family. And if you don't like the family life and you're just you and friends or single or what have you, the inner city has so many different local pubs and bars and activities for you to enjoy as well.
Wonderful. And then obviously, because you've got the four seasons, you can enjoy it, year round, because your winters, although you may get a little bit of snow, they're not extreme weather. So you can still get out and enjoy all those outdoor activities and, the hiking and everything in winter.
Absolutely. Snow it comes down and usually the following day it melts, right? And when it snows, everyone pretty much just hangs out at home and enjoys the scenery, I would say.
Yes, snow days are fun in the South because they happen so rarely that, like, if your kids are off school, then nothing happens. Everybody just relaxes and takes advantage of it.
That's right.
Well, perfect. And you have a pretty good airport as well, don't you?
Very good airport. It is an international airport, and it's centrally located. So it's really nice. For access to different parts of the country, we're right in the middle here, right? So it's pretty sweet.
Well, while we're talking about access, so, from an employment point of view, you are very centrally located. I actually talked to a guy, a couple of months ago, who specializes in bringing businesses into the Kentucky area just because you are so centrally located with interstates and everything like that. So what kind of employers do you have in your area if someone was looking to move and needed to find employment?
Tons. Humana, Yum Brands, which is KFC, Taco Bell, UPS. This is the central hub for UPS, worldwide hub for their transportation fleet, I guess you could say. We have Churchill Downs. Churchill Downs is a publicly traded company that manages racehorse parks throughout the country. We have two Amazon distribution centers that are located in the area as well. So in terms of opportunity to work or finding work, not a problem at all. Our unemployment is extremely low, and there's always for different fields opportunities available here in Louisville. I'm not originally from Louisville, and I for 16 years and never had any issues with opportunities to feed my family, let's say.
And I think because of COVID, I don't know where all the employees have gone, but everybody that I talk to is like, yeah, my area, we desperate for people, particularly the trades as well. If you have a trade, everybody needs the people.
Trade from electrician to plumbing. Just your general contractors are in huge demand over here. Luckily, I have a great group of guys that help me and my clients whenever these items are needed to be taken care of. But I constantly hear the challenges that folks have with the folks with special trades, for sure.
Well, perfect. Okay, so you've got employment, and I presume that, obviously your area has all the amenities that anyone could possibly need as well. What about schools?
Schools are great. Louisville, Jefferson County, I would say, is average in comparison to regular other counties across the country. Our outer counties, in specific, Oldham County is the best county in the state of Kentucky. It's just outside of Louisville for the school system. Shelby County, which is to the east, and Bullitt County and Spencer, which are to the south and southeast of Louisville, Kentucky, also have school systems that I would say are above average for education.
Well, that's good because, sometimes when you get more into rural areas, I always say the test, you can't base everything on a test score, because sometimes those more rural counties, the test scores may be a bit lower, but the family values and the sense of community are huge. And really, when you send your child to a school, yes, test scores are important, but if they're in an amazing, supportive, community focused school, that almost is more important than, whether they get great test scores.
Absolutely. It's elevated when all the families are involved and the children and everyone's supporting each other and making sure that the environment's great for learning.
Well, wonderful. So like if someone was coming from out of state and they wanted to contact you, if they wanted to learn more about Kentucky, do you do like video calls if maybe they couldn't come and visit your area, that you could show them around properties? Do you do that kind of thing with people who want to work with you?
Absolutely. Utmost an experience. So we can do FaceTime. We can have a Zoom if you like. You can call me at any time at 502-548-7832. Always available and ready to help with any questions or anything anybody needs.
Yeah. Well, because I think sometimes when people watch these videos, they think, oh, I'd like to learn more, but they're nervous to kind of reach out in case because you sometimes don't know what questions you need to ask. And so I always encourage people to contact you, ask those questions, have a look, find out more about the properties that you have available, maybe look at a few properties virtually if that's possible, and just get a real feel for the area before they actually, fly to your area, if they need to fly. And then obviously when they fly, presumably you would take them, show them all the properties and make them feel welcome.
Absolutely. Show them all the properties and go through the different areas and neighborhoods and drive through them so they can get a feel for what the environment is like in person. So either or, I'm here to help.
Well, wonderful. Okay, so I feel like we covered most things. Anything that we missed that you want to talk about with your area?
Yeah, the key thing is if you don't want to be in the inner city, but you want to have the amenities of the inner city and you want to go out some, going out some is 30 minutes, and that leads to a nice property with acreage, with access to the amenities of the inner city as well. So.
Okay, I know something that we didn't touch on. Do you have any lakes around in your area?
Yeah. Within a 2-hour drive, you can have access to many different lakes. We have Lake Cumberland, we have Nolan Lake, which are my two favorites. Outside of the city, a couple-hour drive, there's whatever you need to do, right? So if you want to visit one of our cool caves, we can do a cave visit. If you just want to go out for a day at the lake, Airbnb and hang out over there, that's also available. The outdoor environment is in abundance here in Kentucky. If you want to go to the beach, it's a 9-hour drive to the Gulf, right? If you want to think about it from here in Louisville, it's 9 hours to the Gulf in Alabama and in Florida, right? And if you want to fly down there, that's a really quick flight as well. So if you want to have the beach, right? So.
Yes, and it's a great beach. I love my son's just been down to Panama City Beach, and it's beautiful. So, well, perfect. Okay, so if someone wants to contact you, can we have your phone number again? And do you have an email address or a website or anything you want to send them to?
Absolutely. It's 502 area code 548-7832. Call, text me anytime. And my email address is my first name, Andy, last name, Mitri, at exprealty.com.
Okay, well, perfect. Well, I really enjoyed talking to you. Kentucky is one of my favorite states. To me, there's so many people in these groups that immediately think of Tennessee. And I just think, no, don't just think of Tennessee. Broaden your horizons, expand your view, and think about Kentucky, because it's such a beautiful state and it has all of the benefits of Tennessee. But right now it's much more, accessible market than Tennessee is. So I really appreciate everything that you've shared with me.
Thank you. It's been my pleasure. Thank you for having me.